and go live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That's one thing I always open one thing with today. And we are here for Business Monday. So welcome today for today's episode. And many of you may not realize we are here today to interview the most amazing woman on the planet, your superstar. Her name is Martha Mock. Welcome, Martha.
Thank you for having me. It's funny, isn't it? Being interviewed on my platform there on our group here, which is actually quite fun. It's nice to be on the other side of the spectrum.
Absolutely. So today, for all the viewers that are new to the group, Martha and I are sending you a massive welcome because the group is growing at a rate of knots. But what we have, so we do have different days where we do different things. And Martha is always, has a Business Monday feed for people to, share what they do. And this is an opportunity for people just to, connect. And if you are looking for something to connect for that, and this is what Business Monday is. But I've said to Martha a little while at a time that we bring you on and we interview you and let people connect to you and understand what you do, who you are, and why we're here and why you've created, how the group is being created and formed. And it's such a massive group, and being over 21,000 members today, Martha said. And I think she just said they've got another 700 members overnight waiting to come in, which is huge. So congratulations, Martha. I'm really excited to have you here. So firstly, I want to edify Martha. So I'm going to just read a little bit about who Martha is and introduce you, and then get you just to share. I'm going to ask Martha some questions and get her to open up and share a bit about who she is, so you know who she is, really, from everything, where she grew up, who she is, and how her story became from employee to entrepreneur. And I've been through the same journey, and this is how Martha and I connected together about 4 years ago. I first interviewed Martha as well because I was talking to people who came to that line in the sand moment in their life, stopped being an employee and became an entrepreneur. And Martha is an extraordinary woman and has so many different things that she does, as well as this group. So let me just introduce you and read you a little bit about Martha, just so you've got a bit of an idea about who she is. So she's an industry recognized confidence business coach who has a global presence and is passionate about empowering business women to reach their full potential. As a founder of Super Confidence Coach, she specializes in boosting confidence and transforming women's mindsets. Is it mainly women, Martha?
I do work with guys as well, but I like to keep it as women because we really understand who we are and what we've been through. So there's no egotistic feedback and things like that.
Yes, perfect. So this hence why the group's perfect for you. And she was honoured to be featured in Yahoo's Finance's top #1 of women with confidence mindset. Like, this is huge. This woman is, she is just amazing. So you're going to get to know her a bit more today. And she's also been featured in Business Coaches in Australia. She's also an international motivational speaker, author of 4 books, a master practitioner of neuro-linguistics programming, NLP commonly known as. And before her coaching career, she was a multi-award winning international makeup artist and hairstylist. So if you follow her on her page, you'll see the beautiful weddings that she does do on the weekends. I just love watching how amazing you make women look. It's just amazing. She's the founder of Martha Mock Makeup Academy. So occasionally you might also see her doing her makeup days, so you can actually go and attend them, which is really awesome. So we'll talk more about that. And she helps women appreciate their own inner beauty. So her work in the beauty industry has given her deep insights into the emotional needs of women, and now she addresses them through her coaching. So she also has a coaching business. So I've got a little bit to read here, just a little bit more. As the community captain of the Yay Girls 40 Plus community group, she leads a thriving online business membership group, which is this group here with over 20,000 people. And we're just going to open up the conversation, let her tell you all about it and who she is. So Martha, my first question to you today is to let the members get to know a little bit about who you are. So can you just tell us a little bit about where you were born, and what sort of you've just done up until say before you got married, give us a little bit of an insight on there.
So I'm born in Hong Kong, so definitely an Asian background. I come to Australia since I was 10. And I find that it was very challenging. Okay. So we doesn't come from a very wealthy family. We are the like what you call the middle age income group. So when we come over here, I wasn't very academically amazing. I have trouble connecting with people, having trouble using my English as well. You still find me that having my pronunciation problem, but I've been here for 30 years. Hey, I'm Asian, okay? We can't pronounce the R and a W. That's just how it is. So that's my challenges, my first challenges, going up to be a woman. Because I think a lot of us, especially coming from a non-English background, we were told to shut up, be the wife, be the daughter, and be the sister that the society want us to be. Unfortunately, what that got me was teaching me how not to speak up, how to just endure and everything that the opposite sex give us or the society give us, all those demanding. And I was in a marriage for 19 years. That was loveless, that was abusive, and it was to a point that I treated him like my roommate, that we were separated in the same house for 5 years. And getting older, and especially when I acquired the group, I realized that a lot of women were in the same boat as me, where we are often silenced, that we don't talk about what we've been through, we don't talk about how we feel. All we are doing is to put on this mask, saying that, yep, we are good. Yes, we are very successful. Yes, we're there for people to see. But inside, how I truly felt was I was rotten, I was empty, and I was lonely. And because of that, I decided during the COVID time, because that's when my makeup business had to be go on a hold. We know that there's no contact, everything was shifted. And then I met my current partner at the time, Malcolm. He suggested and say, hey, you know what? You're very inspirational. Why don't you look into the self-development and coaching area? And I'm like, really? Like, anyone wants to know about me? Anyone wants to hear my story? Like, I thought that I was an embarrassment. I
Mm.
thought that I was someone to be ashamed of. I thought that no one in this world would wanted to hear my story. And that's when everything shifted, that I started becoming an online coach to help people all over the world during the COVID season.
Yeah.
One of the big push that I have during COVID was I wrote my first book. It was only a very small booklet. And I did it in my mind of thinking that Martha can't spell. She have no grammar. And who the hell is going to listen to her?
Mm.
But I did it because of the people who were suffering during that time, that we were scared, we were lonely, and we just don't know what else can we do. So
Mm.
I put a book out of inspiration, and that's how I got my confidence into building my business.
Martha, can I just ask, just going take a step back
Mm.
from when you were growing up,
Mm.
what was your job roles in your career that you had before you started doing all this? Just trying to get everyone to get to learn a little bit about who you were before you started, your makeup business and things like that. Did you have any other different types of careers and job roles before all this happened?
Yes, I was very lucky because I was someone that's crazy, that was working 3 jobs at a time. I've been in retail since the age of 13. So
Mhm.
I didn't have to ask my parent for $1 since the age of 13. And I got promoted into a shop supervisor by age 16. So I was running about 3 shop at once already. And then by the age of 21, I went to Hong Kong to actually for a holiday, met my first husband there, and decided, you know what, I'm going to stay there. And I actually went into retail again because that's what I thought I know. But because I was in like in Hong Kong, an Asian environment, and my English level was actually a little bit better than them at that time. And I'm like, okay, so let me go into corporate. So I was very lucky. I was working for manufacturers that actually manufacture watches. So I was able to actually go into China to actually see different manufacturer, learn their processing. And then I work for a trading company that work with European company as well as American company and Asian country. So all of those have taught me skills in sales and marketing. That was what I was good at. So by the age 21, I was already a supervisor of marketing. This is something that a lot of people don't know about me, that I've been in corporate for a very long time. I just don't share it enough. So thank you for the opportunity to remind me that I have a corporate background.
I think that's, even though everybody sees that you do other things, the main connection point usually is when, for us to get the community members know who you are, is a little bit about, your background, what you had done, those kinds of things. Because most of us, if we're in our 50s, is that we have originally, back those many years ago, we all started in the retail environment for most of us, or things like that. So we all have a commonality of where we started. So the next question, I've given Martha some ideas, is I always say, what was your line in the sand moment that made you decide to also move out of the job kind of market and create your own business? Was that first your makeup artistry business?
Yeah, I think when I was finished my work career, it was because of SARS. If everyone remember, back in the day, there was this like virus like COVID, but it was called SARS. And that was when the moment that I come back from Hong Kong and move back into Australia. And because the Hong Kong working environment is that you must work till you drop. I have colleagues that put a carpet down on the floor and then just work, and I will be the one that who is working like from about 8 o'clock in the morning to 11 p.m. at night. But because I only live 10 minutes away from home, so I can actually catch something to get home. So that was the working environment. So when I finish Hong Kong and come back over here, I work for a company that work with Optus. So again, I was a buyer and marketing managers over there, and I find that it was very stressful. And one day, I remember I was working in North Sydney, okay, in Sydney, which is all the entrepreneur sort of business area. And I was walking up the hill, and all of a sudden, my legs starting to shake. I feel that sense of anxiety that is coming up. And I'm like, okay, something is wrong with me. What's going on? And then I went and see the consult a doctor, and then they said that I have depression and anxiety going on. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on here? Okay, during that time, I have to say my marriage wasn't very good. So part of it was cause of that anxiety coming from. But then from that moment on, I know that I need to do something different. I need to do something more, because otherwise I don't want to be end up in a mental hospital.
Mm.
So I took my doctor's advice and start working in like something that is a bit lighter. That's what he told me to do. So I become a receptionist for a hair transplant company and a wellness company.
Wow.
At 20 something, was watching Born and Beautiful and watching like the news every single day. I know exactly what time the TV show will be on. I know how to change the channel. And I'm saying to myself, really, Martha, this is what you want? This is what you want for the rest of your life? Like sitting here. Yeah, you get paid, it's very stable, but is it what you want in your life? You're only 20 something. And at that time, my sister-in-law decided to open her own salon. I say, you know what? Let me start my own business, okay? I will go and do $25 for a makeup on a corner with a blind and things like that. That's how we start my business. And
Fantastic.
little do I know that like I only charge one person $25. Now I charge 500 something dollars. Like that's how much I progressed it. But like within the first year, I won a first prize at a makeup competition. And that's how my career started. And it shows people, because being Asian, we all been told that we need to be a lawyer, an accountant, or a doctor to be successful. But I am grateful for my family that didn't put me onto that pressure. I was able to build my own business. I'm pretty much the first one that who developed a makeup team in Sydney. So I hire different people coming in working on contracts with me. And we work on hourly rate, not on the job cost, because otherwise, why am I doing this? I'm not earning enough. I need to make sure that as a business owner, I need to earn enough to survive. So I do that and I give them excellent reward. We take on yearly annual trip with my team. So my team were with me for about 13 years. We're still friends. We still work with each other after 20 years. That's how you keep staff in your place. And from that, I decided to do like venture out to do a lot of things as well because I do love business. I do enjoy it. And then I won a cafe, I won some wedding gown shop, I won decoration shop. I've done a lot of stuff. So yeah, it has been a very interesting journey how you transform yourself from an employee to an entrepreneur and start looking at different opportunities that you can expand in.
Yeah, you can grow. You've just got to be willing to do things. So I just want to expand on that word entrepreneur, because
Mm,
when I first dived into this space and got out of the corporate market myself, I went and Googled it. What is an entrepreneur? Because the most interesting conversation I've had with people over the last 5 years is they say, I can't be an entrepreneur. And I say, well, why not? And I said, do you even know what it is? And they go, no. So go and have a Google of it. It is actually a person that is willing to do anything to make sure they succeed. And that's
mm,
it. They can be anything. I've met the most interesting people that do things that in the wildest dreams you could never imagine what an entrepreneur is. So yeah, well done. And so yeah, it's working through the mindset, learning new skills, adapting. And there's so much out there these days. And this is why the group is good, because we have a lot of content experts in here
mm,
for that, to help you move out of that and into shifting into different things. So
mm.
what did you do next, Martha?
I feel like that. I think if we're talking about entrepreneur, what it is and things like that, I think a lot of people that coming from an employee background, they have a thinking of playing small. A lot of us are scared to be seen, to be heard, especially these days. Hey, I didn't grow up with internet. I didn't grow up with social media. I have to completely relearn that as well. Like learning about which button to push. Okay. I'm a technology, dummy that like I wouldn't took me 2 years to understand what is a funnel, what is a tunnel, what's the difference of it. I understand that a lot of us in our age group have that fear. So when we step out from an employee to become a business owner, we have a thinking that, okay, I'm going to pay my own wages. I'm going to make my own business. I'm only going to make my sale. And a lot of us stop there. And a lot of us get procrastinate into going into the next step, which is entrepreneurship. What entrepreneurship is, like when you were just explaining, is someone that who's willing to take all the opportunity, who will try and see, of course, have your risk assessments in place, do calculated risk, and to go you to do your own research instead of trusting every single ad that's out there and jump into it. And when things doesn't work, you start blaming all the other people. To be
I do.
honest, in my journey, yeah, in my journey, I have went into course that I pay $6,000 for, and then it's still sitting in the cupboard, and I find that it does not align with you. So it does happen, but it's not someone's fault. It is just because of a misalignment. A lot of people who are going in from an employee to a business owner mindset, they don't understand that it takes so much work. It takes so much work to learn, to actually be different. And why we are learning it, look at your why. Why I was doing it is because that I don't know how to get back into the workforce working for
Mm.
someone. During COVID, I was looking for jobs, like because I can't go into retail. My makeup company had to be shut down. My free wedding gown shop has to be shut down because there was just no business. And I'm like, what do? I start looking online to actually go to call centers. I even apply for Woolworth and Audi just so that I have some income in. I was paying $6,000 a month in rent and all of that. That's a lot of money to pay. And how much saving can one
Wow.
person have to last for 2 years of COVID, isn't it? No one expected that. So when we think about something like that, is okay, what else can I do that I can make a living that doesn't have COVID restriction, doesn't have anything that I can just work from a laptop? And that's how I enter the entrepreneur state that is not physical anymore. Remember, I said that I've done cafe, I've done workshop, I've done like all of those physical shop that our old mindset as a business owner will have that is on physical. Now
Mm.
everyone move online, isn't it? Especially after COVID, it pushes the online space like there's no tomorrow. We
It's
all
huge.
have to learn, yeah, about like social media and everything that is in place. So I think that for a lot of us that who are in the business, that who are starting a business, who are in the business mindset, really need to think about what the world's want. It's not
Mm.
about looking at our fear anymore. It's listening to what the world wants and
Mm.
then go and do something about it.
Yeah.
If you are happy staying into your space, of course, that's no problem. Your happiness comes as utmost important. But if you are thinking about leaving a generation wealth, okay, I don't have kids. I have a cat, so everything will be actually to her and my nieces and nephew. So all of those things is what you're thinking about. Why are we working so hard? Why are we working for the next 20, 30 years still left in our life? What are we trying to create? Are we trying to create a legacy? Are we trying to make ourselves happy? Are we going to help other people? That's one of the reasons why when I acquired this group 8 months ago, I love it because it is a space that we can get so many women together to give them that little bit of a different mindset, to tell
Empowerment.
them that there is something different that they can do. I know that at our age between 40 to 60, we feel like that we're too old for something and too young for some. And a lot of us are going through challenges like divorce or separation, kids moving out of home, starting new business, all of those crazy things. It is time to think about what is in for me. How about me? What is in for us? Because one of the reasons why we're so lost in our age is we've been focusing on other people so much that we lost us. And when we lost us, we lost our direction, we lost our clarity, we lost who the hell are we. And we see a lot of women that who are scared to get out of their relationship because they're financially not independent.
Mm.
And that's one of the big heartbreak that I see a lot. So
Mm.
what we are trying to do in our group here is to create an educational platform for different experts to come together. Hey, you know what? I put my ego down. Okay. I put my ego down to let other people rise because I'm only good at some areas. Okay. I'm good at business. I'm good at confidence. I'm good at relationship, done all of that part there. But if you ask me how to actually look after a kid, parenting, finances, and things like that, that's not my area. Okay. Let me get the expert to come in and talk to you and listen to our interview, listen to what they have said and see the alignment and get support. That's why that we are a platform that is giving you education, giving you knowledge so you can become self-sufficient and
Mm.
to be the person that you need to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. I just want to touch base on what you were talking about. The whole thing, all that last conversation was about entrepreneurs. Like when COVID hit, the
Mm,
Google search on the word entrepreneurship or starting an online business or starting a business rose 600% per day over that first few months. So it just goes to show you. And also the statistics say that women, men and women around the 50s left the workforce also to start a business.
mm,
And that has left a big gap shortage back in the workforce because all those people took their expertise with them.
mm,
And the younger generation are now, a lot of them are not being led by the experts because they've left. So
mm,
it just proves the point that as things can shift and change in, our economy, the world, it can shift in our life. And by sometimes us having that line in the sand moment, whether
mm,
it's, your partnership, your career, something that happens in your workplace, you're made redundant, or whatever it is, there's a line in the sand moment that happens in your life. We
mm,
all have the ability to do it. And Martha, you made the perfect comment earlier on, is that you don't need any skills to do this. You just need the willingness to learn. I was in the same boat as you. I came out of a high-level corporate career, didn't use social media. I'm dreadful at writing. My grammar is terrible, but there is AI technology there that can fix that, and you can learn. And that's as simple as it is. And if you're willing to learn and spend a little bit of time, I would say, I'm not sure, I'll get you to tell me how much time you probably spent. I reckon I was invested the first 12 months. Now, if I went to I actually signed up to do an MBA, and I started the first unit and I thought, what the hell am I doing? It's going to be easier for me to learn this. I'm going to make more money doing this than I could do in my previous job role. So it's learning some new skills, stretching outside your comfort zone to do what you truly love to do. So how long do you reckon it took you to start learning your skills? And you're always learning. You never
Yes.
stop when you get in this space. And that's the
Yeah.
great part about it. So the personal development changes who you are internally as well, doesn't it?
Definitely. And I think that like I said, I come from a corporate background. I come from retail. I come from doing my own business. So at the age 42, I
Mm-hmm.
have to completely restart my life again, going into the online space, learning about social media, learning about all of that. And to be very fair with you, the first 3 months of starting my online business, I did spend about 18 to 16 hours per day into doing it. I was good in doing that because my partner was on a 3 months deployment. And I said to myself, this is the 3 months that I'm going to work hard in it. I don't have a kid. My cat has an auto feeder, so that's perfect. I only have to sometimes remember by 3 p.m. Oh, I forgot to eat. It happens like that because that's just who I am. I'm a hard worker. I've been hard training all my life. So I'm just going to give it a go and learn everything that I can. And it can get overwhelming because there's so many shining objects outside, especially in the coaching space. And there's all this hook outside. So of course, my first hook that I gone into the self-development area, $6,000 down at the drain. That company has been sued by a lot of their people. So that's another story to tell another day. The second course that I did, which was amazing, it helped me to get something called lead generation. So I am one of the rare one. Within 10 days of launching my business, I got my first client. Within 3 months, I make my first 10K month, which is the hook that a lot of people get in the coaching space. 10K month, 10K month. So I did it within first 3 months. I was the only one in a class of 30 that was able to do that because I wasn't scared to be seen and I was very consistent in what I do. So that was 3 months. And then afterward, within the 12 months that I started my business, I went into what they call a 6-figure coach. So I was able to do that, but it takes a lot of time. I was completely burned out. I do 11 meetings per day and I hardly have time for anything. And if I'm looking at a computer, I literally wanted to vomit and anxiety comes in. And let me share some vulnerable truth with everyone. After the first year of my success, my cat died. I know it may sound funny. She's the only thing that I have during my 19 years of abusive marriage. So when she died, I lost my sense of hope. I lost my bearings and I lost my direction. So all of that have made me feel like that, oh my God, I'm lost again. So if I'm talking about business, I can still function. Soon as you go into emotion and relationship, I can't. And if for someone who is honorable and professional in our industry, when we're not in the right mindset, don't teach people, please.
Mm.
Don't try to fake it till you make it because you're harming other people. You need to have the right mindset before you can give other people's advice. And that's very true. It doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, but at least you need to be 80% because that 20% is very easy to push it up again. It's not hard. The main thing is that you got to have the 80%. So that's when I go back into a spiral and going back into depression, going into therapy again, going into all of that to find my grounding. And I think a lot of women like ourselves, when we go through the tough situation, we need inspiration and spike to hit us, to make us realize our purpose, to make us realize that why are we here and why we are doing this. And it is because of that that I find myself again. I was having a very interesting client at that time, and then it just put me up into say, okay, I realize that I have the skill. I forgot it because I was so down on myself. And I'm sure everyone in wanting business will have that moment of overwhelm, feeling despair, feeling like that you're alone, that you are embarrassment for asking for help. Don't be, because we all been there.
Or go through it.
We all go for it. So once that you get the right help, I did, which is amazing. Get the right help. Tanya's definitely one of them that was helping me just to find my feet again. Once you find that, then go and move forward to do other things, and then slowly get your back into place. And that's one of the reasons when I acquired the group, I'm so passionate about it. Yes, you look at me today, my eyes is puffy and everything. I was approving people to 2 a.m. in the morning. And I had like some new client yesterday as well. So I was working on a course and stuff like that. It was a lot. So you look at me, sometimes you look at my photo, oh, she look a lot better in the photo. What if she looking in live looking like this? I'm like, yeah. Do you know what time I sleep? Do you know how much work I actually have to do in a day? So a lot of people don't understand managing a group, which is a business for me. It is a registered business. Yeah, the Girl 40 Plus Australian community. So we are building a platform for every woman in Australia to know that they can come for help. My goal for our community is to be turned into a non-profit organization that help women to become self-sufficient. From any area of supports they need, we have an expert here. And that's why on Friday, everyone is starting to see that we have expert hours, that they will come in as my strategic partners. I handpick everyone carefully to make sure that they have the skill on it. Tanya is definitely one of my strategic partner that I work with them to give everyone very good education, because I know that education is what helped me to be different. No matter how low my life had been, like during some of the time during COVID or just before that, I remember I was going for the divorce and everything, and I have $96 in my bank account. Scary, isn't it? So scary. What am I going to do with $96? And at that moment, I said to myself, I could either give up, go on a dole, or do all of that and let myself slide, or what can I do in my business that I can actually do something about it and create a different path? So I thought, I'm a little bit famous in the wedding world. Why don't I go and start teaching other makeup artists what to do? So I started to fly all over Australia to teach my classes. And guess what? Within a month, I earned another $10,000 back.
Pretty amazing, isn't it? And you
It
think
is
just outside the
all.
box.
It is. It just need to think outside of it. What are we doing? What are we not doing? Like, it's not about what we are doing now, but what are we not doing? So that's why that I've been helping a lot of different people in privately in our group. You have seen some like gratitude posts, which are completely grateful for everyone, because I want people to know they are not ashamed. They don't have to be ashamed about themselves. They're not an embarrassment. We all go through different things. And sometimes in business, we feel like that we need to put on this mask saying that everything is okay, but it's not. So come and have a talk to me, because I've been through exactly where you are. I've been through that, and I have the knowledge, the skill, the experience to just give you the path of what you can do next, or help you to think outside of the box to help you to get into a better mindset and stage. And that's why we're doing this today.
Absolutely. And it's connecting with other people and just helping other people in life. I've often helped other people, just some of the comments where you'll often tag me into it, like a lady, her husband setting up a business, she needed a really good accountant. We used an amazing accountant. We researched high and low for somebody that was good at setting up businesses, setting up, companies, family trusts, proper company ABNs, but to learn to protect yourself in business, that's a really big component when you start. Yeah, because you just never know, anything can go haywire. Even like I lost a restaurant back when I was 24. The only thing that saved us from actually going bankrupt itself was the fact that we had a family trust set up. My dad and I had the restaurant, and we had a family trust set up, so it protected us and nobody could sue us. So there's always lots of things that people don't know. People go, oh, to start a business. There's a lot to know about a business, and there's so many people go broke. We were sitting around the fire out the back here on the weekend with the neighbours, and we were just talking about, in the town where I live, How many restaurants and cafes at the moment in the 3 towns across from where I live are closing up?
Yes.
And we were just gobsmacked because some of them are only very new. Nobody's making money and nobody's out spending money. And to own a hardcore restaurant these days or a hardcore business these days is difficult. You know, and social media is the platform where you've got to have your business on social media to grow and bring people in. And that's what some people are terrified of doing. And we were both the same. Like, I never used social media when I started, just learnt it, stepped outside my comfort zone. My husband used to tell me how shit I was. He's not complaining now. 3 months after I started, he said, "What can I do to help?" I'm like, "Huh,
Yeah.
what happened there?" So,
Yeah.
you know, we all have the ability to grow and change. And
Mm,
so let's talk a little bit about your coaching business. So
mm.
how do, like, because there's so many members in here and this is Business Monday. So I would like people in our group to know about your expertise in your coaching business. What do they get when they come in and start your coaching program?
I have a few different programs based on what they need,
Mm,
because I believe that like one of them is how to be a confident leader
mm,
in the woman as a woman leader. So I work with people who are in C-suite and executive level to find their confidence in what they do. So I work with like CEO and also like big executive to realize that hey, they are talented, they are wanted. Just because they don't believe in their talent, let's refine those confidence again. Because confidence is always inside of us. It's about how to find them, fine tune them, and show them off bit by bit. So that's part of my business. Another part of my business is called unlocking your heart. It is for people that who are in relationship trouble, who are in looking for love. You have seen that I'm doing a webinar this Thursday night about finding love again, because I've been through hey, abusive marriage for 19 years. 19 years. Some ones that who are too scared to be alone. That's why I stay in that. And I don't need him. I was the breadwinner. So I was working like crazy. He didn't have to work for 10 years. So it is not about money or about control or anything from my partner. It is actually about how my mindset was into finding love. And after my divorce, I did another 40 relationship courses. Yes, people call that I'm crazy. Yes, because I didn't know what relationship was. He was my first partner. He was my first boyfriend. So anything about intimacy, how to talk to guys, what are guys thinking, how to actually deal with the online dating world, what is gaslighting, what is ghosting, all those terms. Oh my God, don't know that. So how do I do it? Go and learn. Go and learn a different things. Go and learn a different course. Go and listen to it while I'm driving. Go and do all of that. So all of the things that I do, I relate it into business. So we have like business coaching for women leaders. We have unlocking your love for people who are looking for second chance in love. We also have self-development, which I think a lot of us can say we're not that confident in a lot of areas. So if you want to become more confident self, it is just about letting your authentic self out instead of being egotistic, rude, and have to be right. You probably see some of the posts that I said the other day. I find that a lot of women, the way that they portray confidence is being loud, being rude, being overcoming other people. That's not true confidence is, because what they're doing is they're pointing their finger at someone, three fingers are coming back to them. They're only showing their insecurity, what they're afraid of, and why they're judging people, because they worry about being judged. That's
mm,
basically how it is. So I see things from a deeper point of view from human psychology because of my training that I have. I have about $50,000 worth of training behind me, from NLP, mindset, business, social media, presentation, done all of it because my partner has a PhD in coaching. So I actually learned all of that. So all of those is to come and help people. I have people that in wanting a business, wanting to start their online coaching business, but they don't know what to do. I teach them how to set it up, how to use social media, how to present as well, how to be seen in camera. Because I'm a makeup artist, I can actually teach them how to actually do their makeup to be presentable and things like that. So that's what I do in that side of the thing. And of course, going things to the heart will be definitely realizing that a lot of people choose to be single, and that's completely fine. There's no problem. Women are strong, okay? We're strong and we can do anything. We don't really need opposite sex to be there. The thing is, I like someone to cuddle. I like someone to hug. And I like to keep warm. Do you know how cold the house is without Malcolm being here? He's on deployment for another 5 weeks. It's freezing in the house. And having him there as a warm bag is very, very good. So that's what I want. And if that's what you want, and I was talking to a friend yesterday, and she said, I actually want what you're having because you're so happy all the time. Whenever you talk about Malcolm, you just smile. I said, yes, because I'm finally truly happy. I find someone as someone that I can be my safe harbor. I don't need to be this strong woman all the time. I can have a no-brainer day. My God. Do you know how good it is for a woman to have a no-brainer day that you don't need to think? You just follow someone's lead and just like everything become perfect. And it's great. A lot of people like us who are strong in the industry, who are strong in their business, forgot that we can be that feminine person. So how to balance your masculine and feminine energy in a relationship, those are all the things that I teach. And I have been teaching a lot of our members here. So if anyone's needing help in their business, relationship, or self-confidence, self-worth, that's how you can actually share and come out and learn. Because I believe in learning. I believe in education. You are not useless. You're not worthy, and you are lovable. That's something that you constantly have to remember in your mind. If you forget that, come and talk to any of us. There's a lot of expert in our group too. You don't have to align with me. If you don't align with me, it's okay. I'm sure there's some anti-Martha group out there for all the people that I kicked out. It's completely fine, okay? It's okay. Like, they can put their threat out and things like that. It's fine because they're not in my circle. They won't affect me.
Yeah.
Always remember, this is social media. They will be people that is not going to align with you. And am I going to worry about them, trying to prove them right, trying to validate their worry? No, I don't have time. I really don't. I rather spend my energy on people who needed support. I private message a lot of our anonymous post people to make sure that they're okay, to make sure they get the support. I use my time to do that rather than being on social media and trying to have a fighting game going on. There's no point. People who don't understand, give them love and light. And when their time is ready, they may come back. No problem. It's okay. But that's my view of looking at conflicts, how to manage a group, how to actually manage people, and how to help more people.
Yeah.
We all have a big heart. We all wanted to help. And just because we brought up differently, having different perception, doesn't mean that we can't help people. So believe in yourself. What you have in there is talent, it's a gift, it's good. If you wanted to turn into something that can help people more, stop procrastinating. Stop thinking about it. Stop paying
Start
small.
making change.
Yeah, like, I would do one post a day or like 3 posts a week. That's the maximum I can do. You're not wanting a business. You are wanting a survival. That's not a core business. You need to be seen, be heard, be there to let people see you. If not, there's so many people outside saying stuff. How are you going to be seen? How are you going to be heard? You want a business, then be seen.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing is when I learnt this, and I hear this a lot, is it all stems down to self-love first. So
Yes.
often a lot of people, even coaches, really struggle with their own self-love and self-inner worth. So, it's always saying to Martha, we need to do some more events and more talks around this. So maybe this could be some things that we do over the next few months. Once a week we do an event, private event, doesn't have to not streamed on the group. For those of you who wouldn't like to do a bit more, inner work, a bit more self-love work, feeling worthy, and put you on a journey path, whether it be reading books and things like that. It was some of the first things I learned. I've never been a book reader in my life till I started this, and it just changed my world, changed my thought process, my patterns. My husband, after the first book I read, he noticed the change in me. He said, what the hell's just gone on? What's happened in the last week that has just changed you? And I said, I read the most profound book that made me realize I was an asshole.
There you go.
So I called myself out, and because I came out of a high profile corporate role, I was so busy organizing, 12 sites, 110 staff. I was like, I'm the organizer, and I was doing the same thing at home. I was organizing my husband.
Yeah.
And then once I realized I didn't need to do that anymore because I wasn't going back to work, I just needed to let go of all that and find myself again. So
Yeah.
that one book changed our relationship in my life. So
Yeah.
it can be that simple. So yeah, we could do those sorts of things. So
Definitely, definitely. You will see that our group constantly will have different webinars and events going on. Not everything is on private, like, public like this. So you don't have to be scared or worry. I know that a lot of us feel lonely and feel like there's no one that we can talk to. We, as a group, we do online meetup as well, which is happening again this Thursday at 8 p.m. at night. You don't have to have your screen on. You don't have to have your voice on if you're feeling a bit nervous. Just come in and listen to other people. Have a laugh, have a drink with us, so you can feel like that you're part of something. This is a community for you to use as well. So reach out and use it. We can't help you if you don't reach out. When you reach out, that's when you will get help. One of the big journey that I learned, which is the last tip I will leave for everyone here today, is the power to ask. I
mm,
didn't know I can ask. I didn't know that anyone was willing to help me. So I'm paying forward to all of you here because of all the people who have helped me.
beautiful. Thank you, Martha. Absolutely. And that is a big thing. Most people don't know how to ask for any kind of help, doesn't matter what it is. But being said, also, one of the things we did say in this group was if you are needing financial help or other things, this was not the group for it.
Mm.
You, Martha will put you onto, the appropriate bodies to help you and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. We're here to support in other different ways, not financially. So that was one thing we needed to make sure very clear, especially with a lot of new people coming into the group. This is not a group to ask for financial help. So
Yes. That's it. We direct you into how to actually get government support onto that. But if you got emotional help, business trouble, self-esteem trouble, definitely post it. And remember, you will get different advice. You will get different feedback, and that's completely okay. Not everything is a judgment. We try to be as fair as possible, but you have to understand when people in a vulnerable state, it's very easy to take things in another way. So just be respectful of that and be mindful that, hey, we're only coming here for support. Let's do that and truly support each other, because guess what? I hear people keep saying woman supporting woman. When I won this group 8 months ago, I finally realized what is trolling, and what is like woman tearing each other apart. And I'm like, I never had that in my environment before. So it really opened up my eyes. So for all the groups out there that I know that what's going on there, I have been getting very good feedbacks on our group. We're really, truly supportive. Yes, there will be an odd one there. We try. We do have 21,000 people and going every single day. So we do our best to support you in the way that you need. Remember, all you have to do is just ask. There's a lot of good people in our group willing to help you.
yep.
And we're
And
not
if you
trying to
do
sell
see,
you anything, okay?
and then, and
It's
if you do
help
see
first.
something, yeah. And but if you do see something and you want to report it, make sure you report it in the group if
Yes.
you find that it's inappropriate and things like that for other people or whatever, so we can address that. But yeah, I want to thank you, Martha, from the bottom of our hearts. And I'm sure everybody in this community group, will you please all take the time this weekend, tag any other friends you've added into this group and ask them to watch this. Come and meet Martha. This was your opportunity. It's the first time we've interviewed Martha in the group for you to actually meet her, understand what she does, her purpose here. Her purpose is here is to change people's lives and bring people together in a community environment to really support women, isn't it? Let's
It
make
is.
let's make this world a happier place.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's all we can do.
Yeah,
Thank you, Martha.
especially for us, like who are women over 40, where we feel alone and trapped. This is the place for you.
Yeah. And is there anything else you'd like to finish off before we finish up for the day?
I think that we've been quite good. Like, I get emotional when I talk about my past and things like that, because I'm so grateful of what I have got. So thank you everyone for watching this today and like seeing the recording later on. It's just been wonderful having the opportunity to share with you all. And yes, there's always going to be anti-mafia group outside. That's okay. Just like any company outside, there will be something people saying bad things about it. But you know what? I know who I am. I know my purpose, and I'm sure you guys can feel my honesty. So I'm the most authentic person I know. So there you go. That's just who I am. And thank you, Tanya, for interviewing me today, because I find that it will be a bit weird if I just keep talking about myself.
You will see Martha and I together on a cruise ship in a few weeks' time
Yeah.
with a group of women out of the group as well. So anyway, thank you. With that being said, we hope you enjoyed the session today. Comment in here. Also, if you're watching it afterwards, can you just put hashtag replay in here so we get a bit of an idea? We want to help the algorithm of the post so that other people see it. If you've added other people into the group or your friends are in the group, just tag them in it, because we would love you all as a community to actually get to know Martha and see the amazing work that she does do. And she has a great team of moderators in here that help control the group. And as the group gets bigger, she's going to need more. So you can't do all this on one person. So yeah. Anyway, I'm so blessed that we came together. We met on Facebook years
Yes.
ago, and that's the power of social media, of bringing amazing women together. So thanks,
It
Martha.
is amazing. Thank you, everyone. And yes, special thanks to our moderator, our management team for looking after the group. It is a large group. I do spend over 10 hours a day in it already, but it will be things that I miss. So for all the people, all our esteemed members that who are supporting us, posting every single day, encouraging women, I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for maintaining our group. All right. Thank you once again for joining us on Business Monday. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week again. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.